Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. As usual, before we start our lesson, kita ni akan mulakan dengan berselawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW selama 2 minit. Mari kita ni sama-sama membaca 3 niat penting sebelum memulakan selawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW. Yang pertama, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Yang kedua, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dan yang ketiga, kami niatkan selawat kami untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah di akhirat kelak. 2 minutes from now.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد.
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku, dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, 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 ya Rabbal Alamin. In this lesson, we will cover about recurring decimals. So can you please get ready with your notes, page 21 and 22, and your worksheet, page 23. Our learning objectives for this lesson. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to explain recurring decimals and that they can be written as fraction. Okay, and the second one, recognize simple recurring decimal for 1/3, 2/3, 1/9. Okay, you should be recognize the simple recurring decimal for this fraction. Now, steps to success. How are we going to achieve our objectives? First, know how to convert fraction to decimal. That is very important. The second one, you need to identify the repeated number after decimal point. And last one, you need to put dot or bar above the numbers that repeat. Okay, now recurring decimal, actually decimal that have one or more repeating numbers or sequences of numbers after. Okay, bear in mind it must be after the decimal point, that repeated numbers after the decimal point, which continue infinitely. Examples for part A, 2/3, when we convert into decimal become 0.666666666, okay, and so on. And this 6 is the repeated numbers after the decimal point here. Okay, for part B, 6 out of 11, it will become 0.54545454 and so on. Okay, so here we identify that 5 and 4 are the repeated numbers after the point. Okay, for part C, 5 out of 6 equal to 0.83333333333, so on. Okay, and here we identify that only 3 be the repeated numbers after the decimal point here. So how are we going to change this decimal into recurring decimal? And remember, recurring decimal is represented by placing a dot or a bar above the number or numbers that repeat. Okay, so for part A, your answer is this one, 0.6, and put the dot or put the bar above that 6 only. Okay, for part B, 0.54, 5 and 4 are the repeated value, so put dots above 5 and 4 or put bar above 5 and 4. And here, only 3 is repeated here, therefore we put that dots on that 3, okay, that dots on that 3 or bar on that 3 only, and we exclude this 8, okay. That is how you write recurring decimal. Okay. Moving on with example 55, write the following fractions as recurring decimal. Okay. So first step, you need to convert all of this fraction into decimal. Alright, like this. And you must put this working inside your notes. Alright, write down, copy down this working, and your answer, put it here. So here 3 is repeated and it will become like this. Okay, 1 9, 1 is repeated and it will become like this. 5 12, we have 0.4166666667. So 6 is repeated, the rest of it just copy it down like this. Okay, 169 out of 330, it will become 0.5121212112. So 1 2 are the repeated values, so put a dot for or bars above 1 and 2. 31 out of 90, it will become 0.34444, so put dot or bar above 4. And last one, 26 out of 55, it will become 0.4727272772. So the only repeated values here are 7 and 2. Put a dot 2.7 and 2 or put bar like this. Okay, let's consider this example. 127 out of 999. When you convert it into decimal numbers, it will become 0.127. So here the repeated values are 1, 2, and 7. Okay, there are more than 2 repeating digits, so we place the dot above the first and the last digit only. Remember this one. if the repeated values more than 2, so you just need to put dot or bar for the first and the last digit. Okay, and your answer will be like this: 1, 2, and 7, and you just put dot on this first value 1 and the last value 7. Okay, although all of these three values are recurring numbers, okay, repeated numbers. All right, now 6 will be the last example for this lesson. Okay, in this example, you need to express each of the following fraction as recurring decimal. Again, repeat the same steps. You need to change it into decimal first, decimal form, like this. So here, it clearly shown that 1, 6, and 2 are the repeated values. Okay, so your answer is like this. Remember, if the repeated value more than 2, so you just need to put dot or bar at the first and the last numbers digit. Alright, for 7 it will become 0.571428.571. Okay, therefore your answer is this one. Okay, you just put dot above 5 and above 8. Alright, so this will be the last part for our lesson for this topic. So please revise again if you're still confused. Complete your notes, complete your worksheet. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And we ended our lesson by reciting doa.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.